And what happens is he's gonna give you a different perspective than your average contractor that comes in because they don't understand what you're trying to do. He understands you're doing one or two things. You either buying to fix or you buying to flip. You need to have an ideal of what you're trying to accomplish before you go into the house. Because if you're buying to rent, you're gonna use a whole different set of rehab situations in there. You're not gonna put granite in there. You may not put ceramic tile in there. You may only put carpet in there. So what happens is, in most times, when most new investors go in there, they indecisive. So be decisive when you go in there. You look at the buy to flip or you buy the whole. Now it could be a short-term situation. Now if you indifferent, then you may want to be in a situation where the fact is you use the higher end scenarios, but also understand that there will be some wear and tear in that particular situation. So you have to understand that when you buy it, and let's say that person is going to be in there for a short period of time, let's say 8 months, 12 months, or whatever it is, whatever the length of your lease is, you want to have it where the fact is I'm going to have to spend $1,500, $2,000 when that person leaves to be able to get it back up to sale. Because the market may not detail you to the point where you be at that point right there, or you may not be in a situation where you can put everything in that particular property. So the main thing I would tell you when you first get started is go to Home Depot. That's the first thing. Build your pro account. Go over to the pro desk, because the first thing you need to do is find a contractor, right? Don't be cheap. And what I mean by that is, Will is a contractor, right? But he's busy as well, right? So what happens is, hey, what's going on?
What's up, bro?
He sent me, he was talking about a large apartment building. So, find you a couple contractors, right? Go to the pro desk. They know every contractor that comes in, out. They know good ones, bad ones. They're looking right at their pro rewards account saying, this person does a lot of business, not any complaints or whatever it is. So go there first. Then also what you do is start going to your specialty shops. Like the 2 specialty shops in Detroit would be like Murray's Lighting or Wyoming Plumbing. They know 5 or 6 different plumbers that's coming in every day. If you go in there and just stand in there and just ask, hey, this is one of my issues, they can tell you. I had a specialty faucet where I was doing a tub where it was built into the tub itself. It wasn't done normally. I couldn't figure out, most of my plumbers couldn't figure out what the Wyoming Plumbing. He sent me 2 guys over there the same day. So you can build most of your contractor list just by going to whatever agencies you want to go to. Wyoming Plumbing, Murray's Light, any places you see where they sell specialized materials, roofing, go to Eastern right there on 8 Mile. What'll happen is you'll build your list of contractors, or just go in there during business hours and you'll meet somebody that's doing that kind of work. So the main thing is build your scenario. Put $200, $300, $400 to the side and pay somebody like Will to walk you through the house one time. Because what happens is, what I'm telling you now is one thing, but going through a house, seeing, okay, because the difference between a good deal and a bad deal may be the details. You'll be surprised at how you go into a house and you look at it and everything looks right because you see it, but behind those panels, you got a crack wall. That could be the difference between you having to pay $5,000 and $10,000. So what I used to do is when I first got started, I would pay contractors to go out with me to walk me through houses I might be interested in. So what I did, I took good notes, right? So when and I'm gonna send it to Chris, and it's gonna be a walkthrough. So when you walk into your house, what's the first thing that you see? What's your name? What's the first thing you see when you walk in the house? The door, right? The door. When you first thing you walk up to the house, what's the first thing you see? The door, right? Now, it sounds funny, but anybody know what it costs to put a door? What's your name?
Me?
What? You? Yeah.
Lisa.
What's your name?
Lisa?
No, right here. What are the glasses?
Oh, Shayla.
Shayla. You know how much it costs to put a door up?
$700, $800.
Okay. A door costs $350. That's $350 to $400. That's to put a 6-panel standard door. But normally in Detroit you have 2 doors. You have a storm door and you have a security. You have your regular steel entry door, right? So that might be $700 to $800 in there. So before you walk in the house, it's $700 to $800. But what do you get before you get to the front door? The steps and the porch, right? Okay, is the steps and porch in good condition, right? But before you get that, what do you have before you get that? Landscaping, right? The grass or whatever it is. So what I always do is this. Walk into your own house. If you live in an apartment, you live in a house, walk into it and then just start there. So I created a checklist so when I walk up, when I drive up, okay, what's the landscape? Is the walkway good? Then I walk up, I got the steps, I got the porch. Then I'm looking, I got the door. Then now on top of that, now I got windows, right? So do exterior, write down everything that you can see. And then what you do is try to start putting prices together. So you call somebody like Will, call somebody like myself, and say, okay, hey, look, you know what? I got 20 windows. What does an average window, anybody know what an average window costs to put in? That's true and not true. It depends on size, because in the front you got picture windows, right? So an oversized 75 by 50 window might be $500, and your standard 28 by 54 window that you can buy at Home Depot may be $200. So it depends on the size of the window. So what I always tell people, start outside. Jeremy said best, take 80 to 100 pictures. I got a Dropbox with 500 different houses that I've been to. A lot of them I didn't buy, but what I do is I go look at them and I see, okay, is this a $10, $20, $30 rehab? Well, a $30 rehab may be something I'm not looking to touch, because $30 on a 3,000 square foot is $90,000 to $100,000. Am I looking to invest $100,000? Now, what's more important is, do anybody know what comes with a $100,000 rehab? Crystal?
I didn't even hear the question.
Okay. Does anybody know what comes with a $100,000 rehab?
What comes with it?
Time.
Time.
Yeah. See, so what happens is a $100,000 rehab is going to be 3 to 4 months. It's not going to get done fast, as opposed to a $10,000 or $15,000 rehab. So when you first get started, for newbies, I always say you want to keep your rehab simple. What I call just a freshen up. You want to go in, you want to do carpet, you want to do paint, you want to keep it at about $10 per square foot. But what you want to do is have something that you can actually physically work in and do something yourself. Because what happens is, when you can actually do it, it actually keeps your contractors on task, because contractors are notoriously bad at management. It sounds funny. They just notoriously bad at management. I own a construction company. I have to task my contractors out to make sure stuff get done, because what happens is contractors got a life too, right? You know, they start late, they go to Home Depot in the middle of the day at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, they're in there for 2 hours. By the time they get back, you know, they got to pick their kids up at 3:30, right? So then now you're only getting 4 hours of work. So what I always did was this: I would meet my contractors, I would buy all the materials, right? So when they got there, I would have it in the pro desk for them so they could just pick it up. That would save them the time of having to go stand in that long line for 2-3 hours. Hey, look, it's a wheel car, you go pick it up. Plus, I knew what they was buying, because I'm buying it myself, right? It gives you a better opportunity. Go to the job site, look at it, because what happens is you have too much trust in the contractor. And the reason why I said it is this: I've done 300-400 houses. I had local investors, international investors. I probably had 5 investors come to my house. They don't know what I'm doing. Whatever picture I send them, oh shit, look good. Now if it's bad, it look good too. I can tell them anything. So what I tell people, be your own best investigator. So go to the house, create your timeline. Hey look, if you want it to be done in 15 days, what should you have?